inside of this 2019 Rolls Royce Phantom. It is gorgeous, all the luxury you could ever expect from Rolls Royce. Excited to be here with Ed and talking about this beautiful car. Welcome to US Classic Muscle Cars. Please enjoy the next video. We're here at Rolls Royce of Northbrook with Ed Triwush. Ed, please tell us more about this car.
Well, this is a 2019 Rolls Royce Phantom, which got its redesign in 2019, and it is the flagship model of a Rolls Royce. Utterly impressive, as you can tell. We haven't even looked at the inside yet, but the flowing lines and all that incorporates the long history, better than 100 years of Rolls Royce, as well as all the new compartments and confinements that are necessary for a new car. Would you like to see some other features with regard to the car?
Absolutely, we'd love to. Would you tell us a little bit more about this grille as well, perhaps?
This is Rolls Royce trademark waterfall radiator grille, okay? And the Spirit of Ecstacy, SOE, the Flying Lady. It's been with Rolls Royce for as long as there's been a Rolls Royce, okay? It does go down and pop up and all that too, and is the true symbol of Rolls Royce, and is featured in every one of their cars, okay? The headlights have the new LED type that are extremely bright. Front camera sensors are there, front and side camera sensors are there, airbags of course, and all the common safety features that the government requires. And they keep the flattened out design. If we can see here, if you look here, it's more flattened out design instead of making it a more common, roll type car that you see a lot of cars. They don't want to change this too much for where it's been in the past. They would like to keep it as it was, okay? If you look over here, you can see the RR is straight up. I'm not that good of a parker. That'll always be straight up. It's kind of like, a symbol at a college where you're not supposed to walk across it or something like that, the mascot or whatever. RRs are always considered straight up, okay? If you notice, the flowing line of the car, almost like a ship, okay? It maintains a decent enough aerodynamic design to cut through the wind and all that too, so you don't have a lot of pausing and all that if you're going into a headwind or anything like that, okay? Notice the handle of the doors here. Oh, it's closed like that.
Huh.
We call it a coach builder door, okay? And the story behind this is that supposedly Rolls-Royce came out with this in the 50s when Queen Elizabeth became queen. Unlike today, with social media and all that, where they watch every step, she was always a down-home type woman. Still to this day from here, she likes to be on the farm and all that too. So they gave her this so she could come out of the car and kind of fix herself before she would go out and greet her public, okay?
That's lovely.
Back here, we wanted to look at the trunk. They still understand that things are needed, so we have more than enough room for luggage or anything else, golf clubs and things like that. The battery placement is back here, so it helps with even weight distribution, and almost even weight distribution between front and back. Go over here and look inside the car. The Rolls Royce is still a hand-built vehicle, or a platform type vehicle. Northern European hides, which are tougher because it's from north, and they don't use the places up there, the ranches, the farms don't use barbed wire. So there's less imperfections, okay? Full power in the seats, lumbar support and control, heated seats, ventilated seats of course, and a full info system. You can come in here and take a look.
Sure.
I don't know if our camera guy can get in here, which could not only have the navigation, your radio, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay. You can get text messages, you can store messages, send it out, maintain a full list of common calls and things like that. There are other features that are more personal if you'd like. Would you like to know about them too?
Absolutely, please
Okay.
do.
Rolls-Royce has, it's called a bespoke, where you can personalize the car. Everything from maybe your initials here. You can see the RR is here on the car. It's for Rolls-Royce, but some people will put their initials. We've had some companies put their company logo there. Up here, Rolls-Royce has given a choice of different type of artwork to totally personalize your car. Okay. We've seen the names also. If you look over there on the other side there, you'll see it says Phantom, but other people on the tread plate have put their own names, anniversary dates, and things like that. Their wives' names and things like that
Lovely.
also. Okay. In the back seat, so it is 3 seats if you do have 3 people back there, and there are seat belts there for all 3 if you do have 3 people who can sit comfortably. The outer seats, though, are heated and ventilated and can also be adjusted also. Okay. You can see the controls there. There is also, we have a tray table and a video screen where you can access the internet because the car is wired for your Bluetooth and 4G. The new ones probably will have 5G. And they can also access the radio stations as well as the navigation points. And there are slots there in the front so videos can be watched in the back while a person is driving. They can also access the phone from there too if they program their phone to the car. That's for obviously folks who have a driver, security person, but believe me, you'd be surprised in my 17 years here of selling this car, how many people do drive it themselves, okay? The pure enjoyment of it, of not necessarily floating, but a perfect sense of road sense as you go at highway speeds, or in excess of highway speeds, if you do that, as to how well it goes. Now, would you like to see what they really call a wow factor?
Absolutely.
Have a seat in here if you could.
Sure.
And look at the ceiling.
Oh my goodness.
This is called a Starlight headliner. And now, in the 21s, they've incorporated a shooting star headliner to give you a really unique effect on the car. Okay. We've also had some orders, when I was talking about the bespoke earlier, personalization, where people have designed their own Starlight headliner. One did it to the day they were born and what the constellation was that day, where he was from, up in Wisconsin. And another one is having his company logo, or at least the first letter of it, done in the car also. Okay. This is actually, in the Phantom, they've made this standard because they really didn't want to even put a moonroof in or a sunroof where you can get that, because they wanted to make it the quietest car possible. The quietest car possible, and it truly is. Okay. It's a driving experience like no other. It's a car like no other. You know, when you get to this, there isn't much else you can really do as far as purchasing an automobile. But you'd be surprised how popular it is among all age groups, even some of the younger people. Obviously, some of the people in entertainment and sports world like it. But a lot of people who are simply independent and on their own and have the ability do it too. They consider it treating themselves also. Okay. Like everything else, it does need service, but service is, when the car is brand new, service is covered for the first 4 years, and it's a 4-year unlimited mileage warranty on the car also, with full roadside assistance. Stay back there for a second.
Sure.
If I turn around here, what we have up here, besides the typical things of a garage door opener and things like that, is there's an SOS type system. So a full warning system. So God forbid if the airbags deploy, it'll immediately send a signal, and they'll send help, or they'll call the car first and then send help. They can't get a response, but they can also do a concierge service, calling ahead to restaurants. And it's kind of important these days in our troubled times, because you can go online and certain restaurants will still have their website up, but they could be closed. At least they could check it for you, or if they're open. Call ahead, make reservations, say how long the wait is, and things like that. Also give you turn-by-turn directions, for the navigation, which is all incorporated up in here.
I'm happy to be in the driver's seat.
Navigation is not active.
What we have here, and you look much better up here than the
Well,
back
thank
seat,
you.
is all your information. There's our navigation, okay, which you could see could be topographical or just, the regular streets. When you purchase the car, it will also activate, it'll show you accidents if there's in your passage or on the map, construction areas and traffic. They'll highlight red traffic areas also, okay. Other things it can do here. The whole owner's manual is in effect in the software here, and you can simply press this and look through a quick reference or spell it out by keyword search, much as you would do on Google or whatever if you were looking to do something. And you can save those points too, so if you're concerned about a certain function, these are not simply radio buttons here, they're called bookmarks. So if you can see as I slide my hand across it here, it's going across. So you can do one maybe of your favorite radio station. You can do this to your office, this to your home or your spouse, okay? And other ones it could go to certain points in the owner's manual. Also here, this is where you would program that famous Spirit of Ecstasy up there, okay? You keep your eye on that. Mm-hmm.
This car has thought of almost everything. It's quite beautiful.
The good thing about that is you can program it so that when you're driving it, it'll be up, and the second you lock the door, it'll go down, okay? There really isn't a big worry about theft for that because it is tied to two things. One, someone who seriously grabs it, it's going to sink down into it and it's not going to come off, and it'll also trigger a very loud alarm also, okay? Other functions here, you can see the satellite radio is here. Like I said, you can program that, okay? Your communication would be how to dial number. You can manage mobile devices. It can program up to, I believe, 5, okay? This would be Rolls Royce Assist if you needed to immediately call them in an emergency, what I did before. And you can personalize things for your phone and emails, text messages, and things like that. And it also will come up, and you can also hit a button if you don't want to receive it right now. If you're driving, safe driving is always recommended in all these cases here, okay? You'll notice here that there isn't a digital readout for temperature control. This is the old wheel of red is obviously warm and blue is obviously cool. This style has been there almost 100 years. Obviously things like heated seats and the heated steering wheel are newer, okay, as are the front and rear defrost and things like that. But Rolls-Royce will always maintain that, and those who first buy it, if they didn't look at it right away, they say, well, that's kind of convenient. They get used to it. In fact, they like it even much better because it's much more adjustable. This is once again maintaining the history of Rolls-Royce, which they like to do, much like these here. It's called the old organ pull. If you've ever seen an older organ, used to open and close that. It simply opens and closes the vents. This style will be here for like 100 years. Well, another 100 years, I should say, because it's been with Rolls-Royce that long. It's funny, you talk about things of everything. Now, that door is way out there, and I am 6'2", so I could reach it. However, they do think of things like this. It won't open like that because that's a safety issue. We still have to take that into account. But it allows to maintain the great design of the car, the wide set that it has, and still be able to close the door. And the driver can do, if it's just one person in the car and somebody gets out of the car, he's not going to have, he or she, I should say it that way, he's not going to have to reach across in the car. They can do it from the controls here, okay? And you can do it on your side too. And the people in the back can do it that way too. It's just, you think of everything and you think of everything. And that's how it should be with Rolls-Royce. Whether or not it's, no matter what the price is, that if you're going to hand-build the car like they do and try and be the prestige of the market, this is what's required and what's needed.
Absolutely. I want one. This car is incredible, and the luxury and the customization all have so much to offer. It's like having a personal assistant built into your car.
Absolutely. Well, this one's available. Like I said, it's a 2019, and it's at Rolls Royce of Northbrook. My name is Ed Triwush. You can call the dealership there. 847-849-2233 is my direct line. I'll be glad to tell you more about it. So give me a call.
Thank you, Ed. We're inside of this 2019 Rolls Royce Phantom. It is gorgeous, all the luxury you could ever expect from Rolls Royce. Excited to be here with Ed and talking about this beautiful car.
This feature here is new to the newer Phantom that came out in 19. They offered 11 different fascias here, artwork, seascapes, things like that, or you can personalize it, within their ability to do something with it too, to make it truly unique, okay, as well as the clock also, which is designed specifically for Rolls-Royce. So if you want to add your touch to it, you can choose one of the 9 or 10 ones that they offer, or design and add something yourself, and the bespoke department at Rolls-Royce in Goodwood in England would be more than happy to work with you.
So what are we looking at here, Ed?
An engine, I guess. It's a 12-cylinder, twin turbo, 6.75 liter that's been with Rolls-Royce for many years, okay, providing 563 horsepower in an 8-speed semi-automatic transmission. Designed for performance as well as quiet, and working continuously with all aspects of the car, the drivetrain and everything else on it also. They've kept the same engine for many years in this car because it's been performing so well, with very little issues of service, or I should say issues of repair. Service is fine, okay? But you see the other safety features are there, the firewall in the back, okay? There is easy access if you wanted to do things on yourself, like add washer fluid here, or check the oil if you think it's low and things like that also. But the heart of the engine, synthetic oil is used and all that too now. The heart of the engine has been really the basis of the Phantom for many years now because it has performed so well, okay? Still hand built. If you ever go, you can, if you want to come in and order a car specifically, now of course assuming with issues with COVID and all that now, they can sometimes arrange that if you can get to the UK, Goodwood is outside of London, you can actually see your car being built. A very unbelievably quiet factory, very environmental friendly. They've gone great steps to it. You can see how they're basically rolling on a cart the engine down before putting everything in, and all the hand stitching that we talked about with regard to the car. So it's something to think about, and a few of our customers over the years have taken advantage of that, where they've got to the UK and actually saw their car being built, and were treated very well by Rolls-Royce, as they should be, because they're buying a car. You know what I mean, too. You can see the fire blanket up here also for sound deadening also. I don't think too many of our customers worry about what's under the hood. They usually just call me or our great service department if they want something, but it's good to know. And the owner's manual gives a full explanation of its workings and all that, and what to look for if you think if you wanted to check something out where it may not be performing up to what you want. So.
I love the features on this car. Please like, share, comment on our channel, and subscribe here.
Hi. Here we are, the 2022 Rolls Royce Cullinan Black Badge Edition. Maybe the most popular Rolls Royce going right now. And